Welcome again in the fourth video for the topic biomolecules. We have already studied the open chain structure, cyclic structure for glucose as well as cyclic structure which is also known as Haworth structure for fructose. Now we have to consider the disaccharides. That means the next part of our topic is cyclic structure of disaccharides. Now during classification part we have studied that disaccharides as a part of oligosaccharides. Disaccharides are the carbohydrates which on hydrolysis produces two monosaccharide units. That monosaccharide units may be same or different. Now three disaccharide units we have to study. First one is a sucrose, which is also known as a cane sugar. Another one is a maltose sugar, and third one is a lactose sugar. Now first one is sucrose. Sucrose, its molecular formula is C12H22O11. This on hydrolysis produces one molecule of glucose, another molecule of fructose. During method of preparation of glucose, we have already studied this reaction. This one is a cane sugar. It on hydrolysis produces first glucose, another one is fructose. Let's study the cyclic structure of sucrose, that is Haworth structure of sucrose. In sucrose there are two units, first one is a glucose, another one is a fructose. But when we consider the Haworth structure, from that Haworth structure glucose is in the form of alpha D glucose and fructose is in the form of beta D fructose. That means one alpha anomer, another one is a beta anomer. Alpha anomer of glucose, beta anomer of fructose, they are present. Now they link to each other by a simple glycosidic linkage. Now let us study the structure of sucrose. First what we have to consider, we have to draw the alpha D glucopyranose. This is the main skeleton, pyranose. These are the attachments. As it is alpha form, hydroxyl group is downwards. Already we have studied in the previous video. This is the structure of alpha D glucopyranose. Now this one is a C1 carbon. Now that C1 is attached to C2 of the fructose, but the fructose is in the form of beta anomer. What you have to consider, you have to link them through glycosidic linkage like this one. This oxygen, I will tell how that oxygen comes from these two structures. Let us study first the structure of fructose. This is a fructofuranose. Now this one is a C2 carbon. From that C2 we have to consider the beta form, that means hydroxyl group is on upper side. That means here one hydroxyl group, another one is hydroxyl here. From that one OH and one H combines, water molecule is given out during the formation of sucrose. Now the remaining part is only one oxygen that I had written here. C1 of the glucopyranose links to C2 of fructofuranose. Now here it is. Here CH2OH, C C1 of fructose, C1, C2, C3, C4, C5 and C6. C6 is always CH2H at upper part, this one H. C3, OH on upper part, H downward, H up, OH down. This is the structure of sucrose. This linkage is called as glycosidic linkage. This linkage is a glycosidic linkage. As it is attached to C1 and C2, you can say it as a C1 C2 glycosidic linkage. Okay, this is the structure of sucrose. Now we have to prepare its name. Now in name of the sucrose, IUPAC name, you have to mention all the things. Now if you are considering the glucopyranose as a parent compound, then you have to start from this fructose. On second position there is a fructose, therefore 2 dash. On to second position beta D fructofuranose is present. As sucrose is a reducing sugar, you cannot use the O's as a final word or last word. Therefore the name of the compound is second position beta D fructofuranosyl. You have to write the syl, S-Y-L, and after that alpha D glucopyranoside. You have to write the side as a last word. Which sugars acts as a reducing sugar, that you have to mention in their name, that you have to write the side as a last word. That means the name of the compound is beta D fructofuranosyl alpha D glucopyranoside. You can continue it as like this. This is the name of the compound. That means on the second position of, first position, not first, second, it is first. On the first position of this glucopyranoside, there is beta D fructofuranosyl, this one. First position attached to this one. Therefore, 1 beta D fructofuranosyl alpha D glucopyranoside. This is the IUPAC name of the sucrose, also known as a cane sugar. Now, the next disaccharide is maltose sugar. Now, maltose sugar on hydrolysis produces 2 glucose units. From that, both the glucose units are in the form of alpha anomer. That means 2 alpha D glucopyranose linked to each other through C1 C4 carbons, and they forms the maltose sugar. For that purpose, you have to consider the first structure of glucose like this. First glucose, you have to write, this one is alpha form, therefore C1 C2 C3 OH up, there is some change on this fourth carbon. That means this one is a fourth carbon, 1, 2, 3 and 4th. The C4 is linked to another glucose. Therefore, again you have to draw one more molecule of glucose. Now again alpha D glucose, therefore C1H is upper part and OH is downwards. Remaining parts as it is. Now what is the change exact? This one is OH group. This one is also OH group. What happens during this formation of maltose sugar? These hydroxyl groups from C4 of the first structure and C1 of the second structure, they undergoes condensation reaction. That means hydroxyl group is given out in the form of water. That means OH from this and H from this. You will get the structure linked together and it forms the compound like this. Oxygen here. Now this linkage is called as, again, this linkage is called as glycosidic linkage. As the linkage is downward pulled, therefore it is called as alpha glycosidic linkage. That means if the linkage is present upper part, then it is a beta form. If it is present downwards, then it is a alpha glycosidic linkage. Now we have to prepare the name of the compound. If you start from this, as this is a parent compound, then on 4th position this group is present, therefore 4 dash. On 4th position this alpha D glucopyranosyl. And further this compound, it is alpha D glucopyranose. As maltose is a non-reducing sugar, you can write OSE as end word. In sucrose we had written it as a side, glucopyranoside. Here it is a glucopyranose, but the change is here sil. You have to write the sil, not only glucopyranose. You have to write glucopyranosyl for first, which is kept in parenthesis. It is attached on 4th position. This is the again structure of maltose sugar. Maltose sugar is a non-reducing sugar. Now in our body, if maltose sugar is added in the stomach, then maltose sugar is converted to glucose by enzyme. That enzyme is known as a maltase enzyme. Just minor change in spelling, maltase, M-A-L-T-A-S-E. For reduction, for hydrolysis of maltose sugar, which enzyme you have to use? Maltase enzyme you have to use. Okay. Now the third disaccharide is lactose. That lactose sugar is present in milk. It is again the reducing sugar. Now it is made up from beta D glucopyranose. But here some change we have to made. If you see in book, it is some complicated inverted part. For that purpose I am giving the simplest structure for this lactose. For that purpose only you have to flip the one glucose unit. That means every time we are writing oxygen in upward position, you have to flip it in downwards. Like this one. This has, the structure has been rotated by 180 degrees. If it is rotated by 180 degrees, then suppose like this one. If it is rotated, suppose the hydroxyl group is in upper part, after rotation it goes on downward part. After rotation by 180 degrees. Therefore, this C1, C2, C3, C5 we have to consider. Now we are using the beta D glucopyranose. In beta D, hydroxyl group is always on upper part of C1 carbon. After flipping, it goes down. That means we can consider first beta form. The beta form is like this one. You can see the comparison. Now this one is a C1 carbon. As it is a beta carbon, OH is on upper part from the C1 carbon. C2 H OH, C3 OH H, C4 and H CH2 OH. What we have going to do, that is this structure you have to flip by 180 degrees. That means you have to rotate this structure through this axis. This axis, after rotation you will get this structure. O is on downward, and whichever present in upper part you have to show it downward part. Now this OH that goes downwards, H comes upward. Same here, OH goes upwards, H downwards. Here H upwards, OH downwards. C4, OH is downward, you have to write it on upper part, and H downward. Again same, C5, H up, CH to OH down. Exactly rotation by 180 degrees through this C1, C4 axis. Now what you have to do? You have to liberate one water molecule from this. That means you have to remove this OH of C1 and OH of another C4. They link to each other through linkage like this. That means in maltose this oxygen is on downward side, here it is in upper side. This linkage again is called as a beta glycosidic linkage. As it is present in upper part, it is a beta form, therefore beta glycosidic linkage. This one is a C1, this one is a C4. Again nomenclature, on fourth position of this compound, fourth position, this beta form is connected, beta D glucopyranosyl, beta D glucopyranosyl, and last one is beta D glucopyranose. As it is a reducing sugar, you have to write O's at the end. Okay, this one is the structure of lactose. This is a reducing sugar. Only sucrose is non-reducing sugar. Okay. Now this lactose sugar, it is present in milk. On hydrolysis you can get the beta form of the glucopyranose from this lactose sugar. Now in today's lecture we have studied about the structures, that is cyclic structures of disaccharides. Three structures we have studied. First one is sucrose, second one is maltose, and third one is a lactose sugar. In next lecture we have to study the remaining part, that is polysaccharides, structures of polysaccharides, and the remaining part of the biomolecule topic. Thank you.